I am Madan Singh, Assistant Professor of Management Department of Sant Haridas College of Higher Education. My today's topic is contract costing, subject cost accounting, subject code BBA 102, class BBA first year, semester second, unit 4. Contract costing. Contract costing is the tracking of costs associated with a specific contract with a customer. For example, a company bids for a large construction project with a prospective customer and the two parties agreed in a contract for a certain type of reimbursement to the company. This reimbursement is based at least in part on the cost incurred by the company in order to fulfill the terms of the contract. Types of contract reimbursement. Fixed price. The company is paid a fixed total amount for completing the project, possibly including progress payments. Cost plus. The company is reimbursed for the cost it incurred plus a percentage profit or fixed profit. Time and materials. This approach is similar to the cost plus arrangement except that the company builds a profit into billings rather than being awarded a specific profit. Feature of contract costing. A contract is undertaken according to the specific requirement of customers. The contract is undertaken only at the site of the customer. Contract work mainly consists of construction activities. The specific order costing principles are applied in contract costing. The size of a contract is usually large or bigger than jobs. Procedure of contract costing. Materials. The value of materials used in debited in concert contract account. Materials may be specifically purchased from the open market, issued from the stores, transferred from the other contracts, or supplied by the contractee himself. If materials are returned to stores, the value of material is credited in concert contract account. Labor. Generally, the contract is carried on only at the site of the contractee, i.e., customers not within the company premises. Hence, labor is engaged at site to work on the contract. The amount to pay to workers is wages, which is directly debited into the concert contract account. Direct expenses. The expenses are debited in the concert contract account as and when they are incurred. Example of direct expenses are hire charges paid for the plant procured from outside, subcontractors charges, architect charges, electricity insurance and the other like charges. Plant and machinery. The plant and machinery is treated in two ways. Under the first method, the full value of plant and machinery is debited in the concerned contract account if the plant and machinery is specifically purchased for the contract. At the end of the contract, the plant and machinery may be sold out in the market if it is not required further. If so, the sale proceeds are credited in the concerned contract account. Overheads. Indirect cost cannot be directly charged to any contract account. These costs are apportioned to all the contract accounts only on the suitable basis. These are called as overheads. The term overheads includes payment made to engineers, supervisors, architects, managers, storekeepers, central office, administrative expenses like staff, salaries, telephone expenses, postage, rent, stationery, advertisement expenses, etc. Contract account. A contract account is prepared by a contractor. A contract by and large involves an agreement between parties. The person who agrees to perform the work is called a contractor. The person who gives the contract or for whom the work is done is called the contractee. The sum of money agreed upon to be paid by the contractee is known as contract price. A contract account is prepared to find out the cost of the contract and to know the profit or loss made on the contract. Material. When the materials are purchased from outside for the use of a contract, the total cost is directly debited to the related contract account. There may be two types of wastage, normal and abnormal. In the case of normal wastage, the issue rate of metals is inflated in order to recover the normal wastage, and the total cost of material at the inflated rate is debited to the contract account. The abnormal wastage is to be transferred to profit and loss account. Surplus materials, if any, lying at the site are credited to the contract account with the cost, whether the surplus is returned to the store or transferred to another job. At this time of closing accounts, materials, if any, in hand are credited to the contract account. Labor and overhead. Labor. The labor employed on contract is treated as direct labor and the labor cost is debited to the contract. When there are a number of contracts, a payroll is prepared for each contract. The salaries of supervised staff supervising two or more contracts are apportioned on equitable basis. Overhead. Generally apportioned overhead expenses do not arise because most of the expenses such as lighting, power maintenance of plant, architect fees, higher charges of special plant etc. are entirely charged to the contract. Plant. Contract is debited with the full value of the plant. When a new plant or plant is issued to a contract, the cost of plant or book value of the old plant is debited to the contract. This method is good when the plant is put under regular use for the contract for a longer period in certain cases. When a portion of plant is returned to the store, the contract is credited with the depreciated value of that part. If the plant is sold, the full value is debited to the contract and credit must also be given to the contract. When the plant is lost or destroyed, it will be transferred to profit and loss account. Escalation clause. When a contract is negotiated, escalation clause may be included if the contract is likely to take some length of time in periods of inflation and also when the economy is unstable. The contractor may feel that protection is needed against rise in material price and wages rates. The clause may provide for compensation to the contractors if the inflation is cost is more than an agreed meet. In such cases, the contract price is increased to the agreed extent after calculating the exact amount of compensation. Work certified and work uncertified. Work certified. The contract price is payable by the contractor either in a lump sum or the completion of the contract or in installment on the basis of work done. In the case of small contracts, the payment is made after the completion of the work. The contract amount is credited and the balancing figure is transferred to profit and loss account. In the case of large contracts, a good amount of working capital is needed and the contractor may not wait until the completion of the contract. Generally, it is seen that the full amount for the work certified is not paid by the contractee, but a certain percentage is retained. This retained sum is known as retention money. Work certified. If the progress of a work is unsatisfactory, not reaching the stipulated stage, though certain work is completed, such work does not qualify for a certificate by the architect. This work is known as work done but uncertified. Treatment of profits. If the contract is recently started and the work completed is 1/4 or less than 1/4 of total work, no profit should be transferred to the profit and loss account. If the contract has reasonably advanced and if the architect of the contract is satisfied that the work completed is more than 1/4 but less than half of the work, 1/3 of the notional profit is normally credited to the profit and loss account. This is further reduced by the ratio cash received to work certified as given formula. Notional profit into 1/3 into cash received divided by work certified equal to profit to be credited. If more than half or contract is nearing completion, then 2/3 of the notional profit may be credited on the basis of cash received to profit and loss account, that is notional profit into 2/3 into cash received by work certified equal to profit to be credited. In the second case, 2/3 of the profit and in the third case, 1/3 of the profit are left over to the meet future contingencies such as penalties, increase in cost or loss any. Work in progress. Incomplete contracts are referred to as work in progress, include the value of work certified and the cost of work uncertified. When less than 1/3 of the work is complete, the net expenditure incurred up to date is taken to be the value of work in progress. Net expenditure means gross expenditure minus value of material plant in hand at the end of the year. This is example a format of contract account. In the debit side, we write to materials, to wages, to expenses, to plant, to planted, to profit and loss account, to work in progress. This is a reserve portion. In the credit side, by planted side, by material side, by work in progress, work certified, work uncertified. I am taking one example here. This is the following is the trial balance of ABC Limited for the year ended 31 December 2020. Particulars of debit or credit are as ABC Limited amount received 3 lakh, buildings 1,60,000, creditors 72,000, bank balance 35,000, capital account 5 lakh, materials 2 lakh, wages 1,80,000 and expenses 47,000, plant 2,50,000. The work on the contract was commenced on 1st April 2020. Material costing rupees 1,70,000 were sent to the site of the contractee, but those of rupees 6,000 were destroyed in an accident. Wages of rupees 1,80,000 were paid during the year. Plant costing rupees 50,000 was used on the contract all through the year. Plant with a cost of rupees 2 lakh was used from January to 30th September and was then returned to store. Materials of the cost of 4,000 were at site on 31st December 2019. The contract was of rupees 6 lakh and the contractee pays 75% of the work certified. Work certified was 80% of the total contract work at the end of year 2020. Uncertified work was estimated at rupees 15,000 on 31st December 2020. Expenses are charged to the contract at 20% of wages. Plant is to be depreciated and 10% for the entire year. Prepare contract account for the year 2020 and make out the balance sheet as on 31st December 2020 in the books of ABC Limited. Here it is the solution. First, we have prepared contract account in as I have told you that about the format. Now, two materials in the debit side, two materials. As we know that two materials is of amount 1,70,000, wages is of cost of 1,80,000. Expenses are given as 25% of wages, which is 45,000 of 25% of 1,80,000, which is equal to 45,000. To plant is 2,50,000, and in credit side you can say there is abnormal loss of 6,000. By plant retired to stores, we have given 2 lakh less 15,000. Now this amount becomes 1,85,000. Plant at site 50,000 minus 5,000 equal to 45,000. Material at site is 4,000. Work in progress, work certified is 4,80,000. Work certified is 15,000. Total of credit side is 7,35,000, and equating it with debit side, that is 7,35,000. Now there is of amount of profit of 45,000 and work in progress of 45,000. Working notes is as how we have calculated the profit. Profit is calculated as we know that after deducting 7,35,000, 1,70,000, 180, 45, 2,50,000, and we received 90,000 the balance. Now we will calculate the notional profit here as 90,000 into 2 by 3 into 3 by 4, which will become 45,000, and we will transfer 2/3 of it, or as 90,000 into 2 by 3 into 3 lakh upon 4,80,000 equal to 37,500. Depreciation is to be charged at 10% of plant for the whole year. Plant costing rupees 1,50,000 has been used only for 9 months on the contract. Depreciation for 9 months amounting for rupees 15,000 has been charged to contract account and rest 5,000 to profit and loss account. Now we have prepared balance sheet as on 31st December 2020. In the asset side, we have seen that building has a cost of 1,60,000. Plant in store is 1,80,000. At contract site 45,000. Materials in storage 30,000. At contract site 4,000. Work in progress, work certified is 4,80,000. One not certified is 15,000. After adding it, we will get 4,95,000, and subtracting reserve of 45,000, which we have calculated in contract account, and now the remaining balance is 4,50,000, and we will less cash received from the contractee, which is 3 lakh. Now total amount of work in progress is 1,50,000. Bank balance is 35,000. Now the total of assets is 6,04,000. Now on the liability side, capital is 5 lakhs. Profit and loss account as per the contract account is 45,000 less. Abnormal loss is as per the contract account is 6,000. Depreciation is 5,000. Unobserved expenses is 2,000. Now these are total 13,000 deductions, and now profit and loss account will be 32,000. Creditors are 72,000. Now equating it, totaling the liability side, we get 6,04,000. Now the balance is tallied with 6,04,000 of both sides. This is this solution. Now, job costing. Job costing method is mainly applied when the goods are produced or services are rendered as per customer's order. On the other hand, batch costing is a type of job costing in which goods are produced in a lot of similar units called as batches. Specific order costing is one where the production comprises of separate jobs, batches or contracts. It covers three costing methods: job costing, batch costing and contract costing. Batch costing. Batch costing may be understood as a variant of job costing. In this system, a group of identical units comprising of a batch is used as a cost unit to estimate cost. To ascertain the cost per unit, the total cost of the batch is divided by the number of units produced in a batch as represented below. Cost per unit equal to total batch cost divided by total units in a batch. This costing method is employed by firms to manufacture a large number of similar items or components as they pass through the same process, and so it is beneficial to ascertain their cost of production collectively. Thank you.